It's the Cloud Chronicles, blazing trails, you know how Johnny moves. Young black mamba, dropping the hottest news. Life's a mad attorney calling audibles. When it's mindset, I don't know how I'ma lose. Keep it 100, we from the 90s, dude. Freshest podcast out, we on the grind for you. Stuck on your head all day, Gorilla Glue. They think they really gon' out me, pull up with the big tech. Call it Silicon Valley, made it through a dark winter, it was getting so cloudy. Now we got the sickest show in the whole county. It's a cold world, better bundle up. Gotta get the shovel when the truck is stuck. In the middle of a blizzard, still coming up. Tuning in just so I know what is up. It's the Cloud Chronicles. It's the Cloud Chronicles. It's the Cloud Chronicles. So we slide into
Johnny Blaze.
Waiting at the hottest news.
What up, world? We are live. This is the Cloud Chronicles, man. You heard the song, man. Shout out to my boy Precise D on the track. Yeah, man. So I want to welcome y'all to this live episode here, man. I got a special friend, one of my homeboys. I have known this man for over 20 years now. So I mean, he's doing big things. He's a big veteran YouTuber, 10 plus years. He is a big contributor to the Retropalooza festival, which is held yearly for you gamers out there. And he's also half of the Game Chasers. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my boy up. You know him as Jay Hunter in the building. What up, Jay?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Oh man, it's good, man. Everything's going good, man. How you doing today?
I'm swell. I like that intro. Hey, is there a link I can share, like on Facebook or something right now? This is live.
Yeah. I'll get it cracking, man. While I'm doing that, man, just kind of introduce yourself real quick. Tell the people who you are. You know, tell them about the Game Chasers.
So my name is Jay. Like Mr. Blaze said, I met you in 2000. Mm-hmm. So I've known you about 21 years now. I've been doing YouTube 10 years. Just hit our 10-year anniversary in March of 2021. So we're 10 years strong at this point. Man, YouTube has changed a lot over the last 10 years. Those channels are the Game Chasers, and I kind of did a spin-off channel maybe 5 years back called the Shady J Show. And most of my social media, my personal social media is, well, there it is in the corner there, Shady J 1908. And I get asked about that all the time. So basically, my buddy Eric, who was on like episode 2 or 3, just called me Shady J, and it just kind of stuck. And 1908, at the time that I made my Twitter and Instagram and all that, 1908 was last time the Cubs had won the World Series. So it was pre-2016. But that's where that name comes from. And I run a convention, as you can see behind me, called Retropalooza. It is an annual gaming event, retro game focused, but I'm expanding it into an all game kind of thing. And I want to expand into, different kind of guests, that fit the retro bill. So like this year, I think I have John St. John coming out, who is the voice of Duke Nukem. Kenny James, who is the voice.
The original one, right?
Yeah, like all of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Same dude. Yeah. He's done other things as well, but the Duke Nukem voice is his main thing, I guess. Kenny James, who has voiced Bowser since 2005 from the Super Mario Brothers series. He's local, actually, believe it or not. I didn't know that until I started talking to his agent. And I want to get into more wrestlers, and a lot of wrestlers would fall into the retro category, especially if they were in past games, Nintendo 64s like No Mercy, WrestleMania.
Some of the ones we spent hours on.
Exactly. Yeah. Even like PlayStation 1's Thunder and going into SmackDown versus Raw on PS2 and whatnot. But this year I got Warhorse, who is I guess one of the biggest up-and-coming indie guys right now. I started looking into these kinds of guests a little bit too late. And like me, I know, being a guest at conventions like my own, I book a year out, and they do the same because they're actual celebrities, unlike, me just being a YouTuber. So I heard a lot of, hey, next year, get your dates, please. If you want me, let me know. Like I was talking with DDP could be a possibility in the future if we're talking wrestling. Yeah, right. Mick Foley could be a possibility.
I love the yoga thing he's doing, man.
Have
you seen that? Have you seen it?
I have it. I haven't used it, but I have it. It's legit though, man. I know people who have done it, and if you put in the time, just like anything, you put in the gym time, it turns lives around, man. It really does. So he's doing a really good thing there. I remember I saw him on Shark Tank, or I've seen that clip where he was on Shark Tank, and I got to be honest, I think he went on there just to get the name of it out. Personally, I don't think he really cared whether any of those guys were back in. I don't disagree. Very smooth move. He did a documentary where he was with Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake got in real bad shape, and a lot of these guys do. And towards the end of that documentary, and I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but towards the end of that documentary, Scott Hall came on, or Razor Ramon, if you're that old school. And he was helping both of them. And Scott Hall came rolling up in a wheelchair. And by the end of it, he was walking around freely again. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, no, it's working for people. So good on him. He's doing good things. But yeah, no, I do Retropalooza. I do one here in DFW. I do one in Houston. I got a couple of small shows, like kind of swap meet type deals I do throughout the year. And I just acquired and became a partner with a convention out in Southern California, Los Angeles area called SoCal Gaming Expo. So I'll be doing my first one with that.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope. I gotta give you flowers.
It's I don't know, man. I love doing it. This is my 9th one here in DFW, or sorry, 8th. I've been doing it 9 years. 2020, there was no show because there was nothing in 2020, right?
Right.
But events, conventions have come back strong this year, and concerts and all that other kind of stuff. And I'm glad people need some normalcy. People are ready to get out there and get back to the way it was before. So, and for me, this is how I make a living. So, 2020 hurt a little bit. I was okay. Bills kept, bills were paid and rent was paid and all that good stuff. Exactly. I don't like to use the term I lost because I think it's misleading. I didn't earn. So I missed out on, but there's a huge difference in, because businesses do this all the time. I used to work at the post office years back, actually, and they would always report losses, quote unquote, and it'd be like, oh, the post office lost $2 billion. Well, hang on a second. You didn't lose $2 billion. You just made $2 billion less than the year before. You still made $8 billion. That
wordplay is wrong, ain't it?
Exactly. So I hate being real misleading with things like that. And I don't even know if your audience is interested in gaming stuff at all, but I have about 3,500 strong unique ticket sales through the door. And here's another misleading thing in I guess my business. People will give you a turnstile number. So example, if me and you bought a weekend pass to a 3-day event, they would go, well, that's 3, that's 6. So they'd be like, that's 6 ticket sales. That's misleading because it's only 2 ticket sales. So basically you're counting the same person through the door 2 times, 3 times, depending on how many days your show is. And I think that's extremely misleading. So if I want to fluff my numbers, I can be like, well, I'm 7,000 strong, but it's just not, that's not reality. I like to
growing though. There's people there.
Dude. Year 1, I had 300 people. It was a 1-day event, 5,000 square foot building. I lived, me and you are from the same town, actually. And I used the Bob Duncan Center in Arlington out at Vandergrift Park. And yeah, right. And in year 2, I went to the Arlington Convention Center. I've been there ever since. So I'm from 5,000 square feet to about 18 and then to 50 in year 3. And I've been at 50,000 square feet ever since. I use the entire convention center over there now. So it's growing, like I said. So,
go ahead.
Yeah, just, my attendance was about 300, 350 year 1 and now over 3,500. So,
So tell me, I guess Game Chasers came before Retropalooza, right?
It did, yes. Game Chasers is basically a show. It started me and my buddy Billy, who you actually know too. And
Billy.
Right. It started with basically it's us going around looking for retro video games. And we started it 10 years ago, and it was something that we were already doing. I remember he came over to my apartment one day with a box with an Atari in it, 20, 30 games or something. And I was, kind of being petty. I was like, well, I want games too. And he's like, well, next time I go to the flea market, come with me or whatever. So I did. And we started just kind of doing that on the weekends. And one weekend we were sitting around watching an American Pickers marathon. And my buddy Billy has a professional videography and editing background. He went to school for it. He went to the Art Institute of Dallas, and he's worked at various TV stations over the years and whatnot, doing this kind of stuff. And we're watching American Pickers, and during commercial break, he looked over at me and he was like, "Hey, let's do this, but with video games." And I was just like, "Okay," just real casual. Okay. He goes, "No, I'm serious. I'll go get a camera. I'll do all the editing, all that stuff." I was like, "All right, let's do it." And it actually happened. And, like me and you known each other a long time, and we've bounced ideas off. No, it'd be cool to do this. It'd be fun to do that. And nothing ever happens, right? Like, that's just.
Yeah, man. You get tired of that eventually, don't you?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So this actually happened, and we just went out and found a dude on Craigslist and met him at a McDonald's parking lot. Dug through his trunk with some video games, went to a flea market. And at the time, we put it on YouTube. Nobody was really doing what we were doing, and there were a few shows out there like that, but not with.
I remember when y'all first started, bro. Y'all were definitely one of the. There might have been like maybe 1, 2, but like
maybe 1 or 2
in the top 3,
right? And the thing is, though, with Billy having a professional background in videography and editing, the quality was not what we were putting out there. So the couple of shows that were out before us, the quality was nowhere, like it was unmatched. We actually created a lot of spin-off, people, copycats, if you will, people doing the same thing and whatnot. And, as the years progressed, some good editors popped up, and there's people who do what we do now, and they're pretty good at it, editing wise and I guess presentation wise and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not going to say we started it, but we definitely were a huge influence on, that type of video in the retro gaming community. So, but you know what? It's been a wild ride, man. I've gotten to go so many places because of YouTube, just getting invited to shows. And before YouTube, my list of places I wanted to go would be like this. Now it's like that because I've been to New York multiple times. I've been to Vegas. I've been to LA. I've been to Seattle, Portland, South Florida, Miami area. I've been to Pittsburgh and DC. And I mean, I've literally been all over the place. YouTube has taken me to a couple different countries, Canada 3 times, Norway twice. I'm extremely grateful for the last 10 years and what I've gotten to experience with YouTube. And honestly, it helped with my convention with Retropalooza because I already had a following and I knew a lot of the local game people around here and local collectors and stuff around here. And once I got started, it was pretty easy to reach out and go, hey, I'm doing this thing. Booths are really cheap, and they were like, yeah, cool. Here's some money. I'll see you in a couple months or whatever. So YouTube has definitely been a big stepping stone and leaping pad for what I do now and my main source of income, which is actually my conventions. So extremely grateful. Anybody out there watching does follow, you're appreciated. Or if you're a new follower because of this, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Speaking of appreciation, man, I got to go ahead and give you your flowers while you're here on the show. Thank you for, answering the phone, when I first, you remember when I first started this?
Yeah. You had a lot of questions.
I had a lot of questions. I still do, that student of the game.
Look, so, I'm always here to help, man. And first of all, if you call, text, I'm going to get back to you. Like, that's bottom line because we're actually friends. So that's like, to me, I'm just like, you would do the same for me if I had questions, honestly. And I know that. So I appreciate you, giving me the props, but it's nothing, And over the years, I've had people who have started cons and like there's one in Phoenix, Game On, and the guy who runs that, John, has spent a lot of hours on the phone, with, well, how should I do this? What do you think of that? And, just kind of coaching him and guiding him through it. But I'm just like, if you're not going to help people along the way, I believe in karma. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be a dick to people unnecessarily, because that will come back on you. So if you put good things out into the universe, you're going to get good things back. That's the way I feel about it. So, but thank you for, shouting me out on that. I appreciate it. But
yeah, man, I got to, man. I mean, you've seen the progression from, that first phone call to, I think,
oh yeah,
under 2 years, but I mean, I gotta.
Yeah, well, you've come a long way though. Like remember we talked about lighting. Remember that? It's completely different than what it was when you first started, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. So,
right. That was always a big thing.
But
and
see,
a lot of where I was at. So,
right.
I was kind of working with the scraps I was given at the time.
Of course.
But, hey, I didn't let that, deter the vision, as they say.
Right. And that says a lot about your drive and character, honestly. But see, the thing is, like when we first started, man, we had no budget. We had no money. Billy, I don't know where he came up with the $900 to buy the camera that he bought. We used to use green poster board for a green screen. Now I actually have a green backdrop behind me, the actual green screen, right? But poster board is going to run you 65 cents or something. So we just had, I think, 6 pieces, literally thumbtack with clear thumbtack, so you couldn't see those whenever you keyed it out and whatnot. And lighting, they were $20 lamps from Walmart that had the bending.
You sent those to me. I remember them.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So we definitely know how to make things work on a budget. At one point in the beginning, we were using a Rock Band mic for audio, which sounds like super, ghetto, and it is, but with the camera we were using, that mic was going to be better than what was on the camera.
Right.
But it's a bunch of little things. And now, we've got the Rode shotgun mics and $4,000 cameras that we go out filming with and all this other stuff. And, they're 4K HD and all that other crap. So, we've definitely upgraded. I mean, are we rich off YouTube? Nope. 100% not. Nope.
Right.
But
did you make more money though than you started with?
And that's the thing, and that's what we're grateful for.
The channel was free, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Because that's the thing is, when we first started doing YouTube, everything was out of pocket, and while technically everything still is out of pocket, quote unquote, now we're actually making money doing what we're doing, so it's not coming out of pocket. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got you.
But
okay, so listen, I do got some gaming questions though, because
all right, let's go.
I do have a following that are gamers. I mean, I'm a gamer. I do not shy away from that. You know what I'm saying?
You are still to this day the only person who could beat me not counting Billy, but could beat me consistently at Madden. Like, I think you have way more wins against me than I do against you at Madden. And me and Billy.
That's saying a lot for the people that don't know. Because my boy here has, how many tournament wins you got?
Shit, I don't even know. I actually did I did the EA challenge in 04. And if you don't know, EA sponsors this challenge. They go to 30 different cities. They take the winners from all that. They send them to a centralized location. It used to be Hawaii, then it was Vegas. I don't know where it is now, but I finished, I think, in the Dallas tournament, I was like top 4, top 8 in the Dallas tournament. And the guy who beat me, man, it was he started the game, threw a bomb, touchdown, and I took that personal. I took it personal. I was like,
he's like, let me show this motherfucker I ain't playing around.
Right, bet. So I did the same thing. First play, he kind of side-eyed me and was like,
"Hey man, who the teams? I gotta know who the teams were."
I was Green Bay at the time.
Okay, 04 Green Bay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
04 Green Bay.
Rodgers.
No, I would have had Favre still.
Okay, you still had Favre. Okay.
It would have been like Donald Driver was still on the team or something.
Yeah, Jennings. You had a squad.
That's why I picked them, because they were overall they were a well-rounded team.
Right.
Because after that, I jumped onto the Saints, with Reggie Bush and with Drew Brees and whatnot. Because
that team,
I know it was a well-rounded team. Because a lot of people at that time were picking Atlanta because of Michael Vick. And if you can stop someone using Michael Vick, which ain't that hard to do, take away their entire game. So the way it works is 2-minute quarters. And if you're up by three possessions at the half, that's it, skunk rule. So we're talking like 2 touchdowns and a field goal, or 3 touchdowns, three possessions. My first like 3 or 4 opponents, skunk rule, done. And they were
they have to do it like that because there's too many people.
No, right. But the thing is, all these people were using the Falcons and Michael Vick. Well, in that era,
all they do is like to call what streaks.
Streaks,
and then roll out the pocket and
See,
I hate that.
But the way I play, though, what you got to do is you got to put a spy on Vick. Okay?
And that QB contain too.
Do what?
A QB contain.
Yes, QB contain. You put a quarterback spy. You do something. Okay, but the way I play is I shift my line and I use alignment. Okay, so if I can shift at the right time, at the time of snap, I'm going to swim by you, and your quarterback's toast. Like your quarterback is toast, but not everyone plays defense like I play defense. I'll shift right, left. I'll split them, whatever. And then I've got that spy just in case I can't get in or he gets by me. But if you shut down Vic for people who were using the Falcons in 2004, they had nothing else. They had no way to play. And the first
who was tight end? My boy Algie. What did he Algie?
Yes.
That's all they had. That's all they had was their tight end.
Yeah.
Didn't have one good receiver.
I think my first 2 or 3 opponents, like I made, like they put their controller down, walked off with their head down because it's one and done. It's not a 2-game elimination; it's one and done. And
gas money they wasted driving up.
Because it was in Dallas, like downtown. Actually, it was North Dallas. Yeah, it was in North Dallas at a mall out there. I think the Galleria actually. So, but the dude who beat me, man, he threw that bomb, and I was like, all right, I don't like that. Boom, I hit a bomb, and he kind of
– Wait, who was his team, though?
I think he used the Patriots.
Oh, he was a Patriot?
I wanted –
Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what, though? If you beat me with the Patriots, you're going to earn the win because you're not sitting here just trying to run, like you said, hit streaks and run with Michael Vick. You have to actually run the ball. You have to actually, put the ball in the receiver's hands. And
Randy Moss that year.
They did, but
it was the Randy Moss year, 2004.
That's the lineup. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm giving the perspective to the story.
Okay, right. So Tom Brady, Randy Moss, right?
Right.
And that was Welker at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, Welker was there.
Yeah, that was Welker at the time because after him was he just
Amendola.
Edelman actually.
Yeah, Amendola was in there somewhere.
Anyways,
he left and came back. But anyways,
we both hit bombs. When I hit mine, he kind of looked over at me, and I could see him out of the corner of my eye. I didn't look at him. He kind of looked over at me, and he just kind of did this number, like, all right, this is going to be a challenge. And I knew right out the gate, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to run rule this dude. I'm not going to skunk rule him because he knows what he's doing. Obviously,
he was letting you know what that look. That's what that look was. This ain't gonna be. You ain't gonna dog walk me.
Yeah, basically,
you're not gonna dog walk.
Well, it's like remember we did that Madden tournament at work, and you even told me, you go, look, I would normally not do this, but this is for a trophy and money. So, and you ran the clock on me, and there's nothing I could do. You got me. So,
we don't play. I normally don't play like that, but I mean, you gotta play like it's real football, man. If I gotta take 3 knees to get this dub, a 3 knee in it.
So this dude, he would score, I would score. He would score, I would score. Like it was back and forth. And going into the fourth quarter, it's a tie game. Again, you got 2-minute quarters, okay? And you he drives down. He drives down to, in his goal line. He gets like on the 2 or something. I'm like, okay, you know what? He's gonna punch it in. I got my timeouts. I got plenty of time. No issues. I've been no huddling, hot routing, like whatever. I can get in the end zone. That's not a problem. He can too, which is part of the problem. He was doing it at will, basically too. Right. So he hikes the ball and gives it to his running back and stops. And immediately I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I knew what he was doing, was trying to run the clock. Obviously.
He just let it just stand there.
Yeah, just stood there on the 1. Right. So I tackle him, burn a timeout. Second down, same thing. Tackle him, burn a timeout. Third down, same thing. Tackle him, burn a timeout. And I guess his thought process was, if he can't get that yard on 4th, I've got the length of the field to go with way less than 2 minutes, right?
Right.
Not a dumb thought process. Worst case scenario, you tie it up, or maybe he didn't go for the field goal, so he wasn't thinking field goal at all. So he's literally on 4th and inches on the goal line. He punches it in, touchdown. I'm like, okay. He kicks the ball off. He kicks the ball out to me. He kicks the ball to me, touchback. So I'm not killing any time off the clock or anything, right? So I'm on my 20. I'm on my 20, no timeouts. I have to go 80 yards. And I think I have, I want to say like 42 seconds or something like that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, of course, I can't, I have to get that out of bounds with the ball every time. Right. Okay. I did a lot of no huddling to keep his guys out there so they get tired. Now it tires your guys out as well. But at the time, like the fatigue mattered. So I was doing a lot of no huddling, a lot of hot routing, and I confused him with it. So I get the ball, boom, hit me a little five and out, get 10, 15 out of bounds. Boom. Yeah. All right. No huddle. Fuck this. I'm not even going to let him get a chance to come in and try to change his defense or whatever, hot route, this and that. And the hot routes were easy at the time. Remember, you hit triangle, hit your receiver, you hit a direction. But you can do a 5 and in, you can do a hook, you can do a street, you can do whatever. It's not like that now.
No, it's still.
Still like this. See, I hadn't played in forever, actually.
Yeah, so, I got the new one this year. It's the same thing because I don't know how to play until I put the stick in my hand.
Gotcha. I got you. So I'm no huddling. I'm hot routing every single time. Get the ball out of bounds. Get the ball out of bounds. Get the ball out of bounds. I get up to, let's see, it's fourth and goal on like the 8. Okay. Or sorry, first and goal on like the 8. And I know I can't run the ball. I run the ball. I don't get those 8 yards. It's game over. Because now at this point, I've already driven 72 yards. You know what I'm saying? Or 70, 60, whatever the math is on it, 60 some odd yards, right? Because I'm on the 8. I started on the 20. So I've already driven all this time. I've obviously killed time off the clock. I think I have like 12 seconds left or something like that. I got 4 downs, 12 seconds, 4 downs. I can't run it. And he's a smart enough player to know I can't run it. So what does he do? Lines up in zone. Lines up in like that nickel or that dime zone. So everything is literally covered.
Or whatever.
I literally have to throw, I have to thread a needle just to get into tie it. And 4 straight downs, boom, boom, boom. And I just couldn't do it because he had everybody, his linebackers were dropping back in zone. I want to say even he had, I think his outside linebackers, come out in zone. And of course his cornerbacks and safeties were all in zone. Like everything was covered, and again, I couldn't run the ball. So I just tried, a quick little, what was that Jerry Rice route? Quick slant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Couldn't do that. Yeah. Couldn't do I just 4 times couldn't do it. And I think he stopped me with 2 seconds left, and we both could put the controllers down. And he was like, "Damn, dude, good game." And I just shook his hand, was like, "Yo, good luck, man. You deserve it if you win it."
You know what he ended up doing?
I don't know. Like I said, I think I was top 8 at that point. So he made it to the top 4. You know what I'm saying? So me and him were in the top 8. He beat me, so he went to the top 4 because it's obviously 8 people playing. There's only 4 people left. So he made it to, what would that be? The semifinals. Mm-hmm. And then the finals after that. So I got to the quarters on the Dallas tournament for EA in 04. I still got my t-shirt, actually. It's just a free t-shirt they give you just with all the tour dates and cities and all that stuff. But
the bragging rights part for them.
Yeah, kind of. But anyways, what were the questions you had? Let's do gaming questions.
We're about to get out of here. I don't want to keep you too long.
I've got some time, man. If we want to go a little bit, I'm good. Okay.
So we got just some gamer questions, man. All right. Want to know, of course, favorite game of all time?
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay. Tell me a game that you thought was going to be trash, played, and then found out it was not trash.
Man, that's a good question.
It is a good question. Thank you very much.
A game I thought was going to be trash, I played it, and it turned out not to be. God, that's a really good question.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
There's a few. You know, there's a few. You've had a
There,
few.
there's got to be, bro. I've been playing some gaming since I was like 4. So,
What about Twisted Metal?
I'm not a fan of Twisted Metal. I'm not a fan of Smash Brothers. I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Halo. And I have played all these games, and they just didn't really like do it for me. Let me think about this for a second. Let me come back to that one. What's the next question?
I'm anti-third person a lot.
Okay.
See, I'm more of a. I mean, not anti-third. I'm an anti-first person. I want third person games.
I like third person. I prefer third person. Yes.
Third person, and so a lot of these games, I'm like, oh my god, the graphics are beautiful. This looks fun, but I don't want my entire screen moving. It's just I don't like it. I've played a few that, but like some of the Call of Duties. Like I played a couple Call of Duties, and I'll do the campaign, the story mode.
I like story mode on those. Yes.
Yeah, and so those are fun, but even still, I'm like, man, why don't you have this option? Just
so
toggle.
Well, at least in the solo campaign mode, right? But I guess if I had to say something that surprised me, because I'm not a big first person shooter either, but like the Modern Warfare series was good. The Black Ops series was good. Battlefield, what was it, 2 or 3? Excuse me, when that was first on PS3. Not that I thought it was going to be garbage, but I was surprised at how much fun I had and how much time I put into it. Yeah. So that might be my best answer on that one. I like kiddie games, like Disney games, stuff like that. Like there was Up on PS3. That was actually a really fun game. Remember the movie Up? Of course, if you want to go older, you've got the Aladdin and Lion King.
I was literally about to say, if you don't say Aladdin for Super Nintendo.
So fun, man. So fun. And challenging.
Slept on classic for Super Nintendo.
Power Rangers on Super Nintendo is not bad either. The Batman, Returns on Super Nintendo isn't bad either.
That's classic. That's a good
one. Power Rangers, I think there were 2 games, Power Ranger games. One of them was the movie, Power Rangers the movie from back in the day. They both
allowed you to morph in the game. In the game.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, like I gotta get cool. That's one of the ones I'm definitely gonna rebuy here, man. And the old what was the Star Wars? PlayStation 1. No, Xbox One.
Okay.
After the movie, where young Luke he lost his arm fighting Obi-Wan. You are the chosen.
Star Wars Episode 3.
Episode 3. Okay, they did a game. You remember the game?
You're not talking about Force Unleashed, are you? You're talking about a different game?
No. This was played just like the movie. The last battle is you versus Anakin on 2 floating things over lava.
I didn't play that one.
Him and you win the. Yes, you did, dude. It was an original Xbox.
Was it an Xbox exclusive?
I believe so. Yes.
Then I didn't play it.
You buy it,
bro. I ride the Sony pony, bro. I don't do Xbox.
No, listen. Actually, I'm wrong. They did make it. It was for PlayStation 2. Pick up your phone right now. They had it for PS2 because I was trying to figure out what system I was going to rebuy to get that game.
Okay.
I was like, I'd rather get a PS2 again because there's way more titles. But yeah, the game.
Hang on, I'm googling it right now. Actually, you know what's funny? You brought up PS2. Our first PS2, and I say ours because me and you pulled our money to get a PS2 together because we were living together at the time. You remember that? Yeah. Let's see here. Star Wars games
back in the day, bro.
On PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there it is. Star Wars Episode 3. That's the name of the game.
Literally, it plays just like it's one of these. Still to this day, is a great replay.
I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it. You get the full third person lightsabers, the whole. Oh man, everything.
Okay.
It's my favorite Star Wars game. That one right there is my favorite one of all time.
Have you ever done any Lego games like the Lego Star Wars? There's Lego Incredibles, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter.
You got me playing them.
I love those games.
Have you played the Avengers?
Yes, both of them. Those are good.
Okay, good. Yeah.
The Avengers and the Batman ones are probably some of the best ones that are.
And the Batman and Robin one, I like that.
Yeah, that's Telltale, right? Traveler's Tale, who does Telltale does like they did some Batman, they did The Walking Dead. That was kind of one of the big ones. I think Wolf Among Us.
They did all that stuff. Okay, here's one. What hours do you think you've clocked the most on what game?
How many hours have I logged the most on one game?
Yeah. What game do you think you've logged the most hours on? Replays.
If we're talking singular game, I would say Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay, that's a good one.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Do what?
I just got into that. Now I played it with you when we had that PS2. I played it with you.
PS3. 5 came on the PS3 first.
And I hadn't played the game since then until last year. When I got my Xbox 360.
Okay.
The 360S, not the new one. I have that one, but the one before that.
Okay.
It's like the PS4, their version of the PS4.
Xbox One, right?
Xbox One, yes.
Xbox One, right.
And I played what was it, 5 on there?
Okay. Yeah, I think it would have been on there.
Bro, I was like, where have you been all my life? This is amazing. Dude. I'm hooked. I'm getting it every year for the story mode. I replayed the story mode at least 3 times.
Well, first of all, the story mode's great on that one. I like the characters. Trevor. Holy hell. Dude.
How you get to do a little bit of Trevor in the fucking trailer park and
yes,
and the helicopter, the boat, the everything. It blew my mind, man.
Because remember when Michael drove into the dealership, and then you have that cut scene, and then when he walks off, you play as what the hell's the other guy's name? The black dude.
Yeah, what is his character's name?
What is his character's name?
Anyways, with Slink Johnson, man, shout out to him.
Yeah, it transitions into him, and I was just like, yo, that is dope. And then when you're going through the tunnels after the jewelry heist, and then you come out on the bikes, and then you land on the truck, and you start controlling the truck. The transitions in that, I was like, holy hell, this is mind blowing.
While we're on that, one of my favorite scenes in that one is where you go to the construction park. You go to the construction park, and I think he has to go all the way to the top.
Yes.
And then you got to fight your way down.
Yes.
Fight your way out, man.
Dude, that game's amazing. Online, man, you can actually go and look and see how many hours you put online. I've put somewhere between 500 and 600 hours online, I think. And I added it up one day, and I think at the time it was, did the math on it. At the time, I think it equaled 25 days or 25 total days time wise, or 32 days or something like that. So if you can, let me just do some math on that real quick.
While you're doing, or ask you this one, last question on the lightning round here. Give me a popular game that you hate.
Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Smash Brothers is probably number one. It's not a fighting game. It's a button mashing party game. Dude, if you compare it to Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, it's nowhere near like the combo system. And those aren't as intensive combo wise, like the combo systems as Tekken. You know me, I'm a big Tekken guy. I love Tekken. But yeah, Smash Bros. Shit, I'll run a list. Smash Brothers, Final Fantasy, RPGs in general. I can't stand Halo. I can't stand those.
You see that new Guardians of the Galaxy RPG?
I have not, no.
It comes out on my birthday, and I'm upset because I had it on the list. It got for me, and I took it off last night when I saw it was RPG.
Your birthday's coming up later this month?
26th of this month.
26th of this month, yeah. Huh, okay. I'm gonna have to. I'll look into it. I'm not gonna play it, but I'll look into it.
I thought they were gonna make it more Avenger style.
Okay.
But it's definitely a role playing game. Like I saw a boss fight or I guess it's a simple boss fight.
Okay.
And yeah, you're walking, you're Star-Lord. The fight takes off. The camera shifting. The little thing pops up in the bottom right corner with, the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Gamora, and then you got to hit Gamora, and then you got to signal what she wants to do. Anybody got time for that?
Okay, interesting.
I can't do that, bro. I don't like that. I don't. It's too. Who fights like that? That's not real.
I agree.
Yeah, like they should just be doing stuff on their own.
I'm with you on that. Like, and this is why, like, I prefer, give me a hack and slash like God of War. I love
all day. I'm still hack and slash all day.
Love
Team hack and slash all day. Drop in the comments if you are a team hack and slash or you're an RPG person. I'm always hack and slash.
Hashtag team hack and slash. Yeah.
Hashtag team hack.
Yeah.
Okay, give me like I said, that was a popular game you hate. Give me a quote unquote like a game that everybody dogs on that you find good.
Do you remember Top Gun on the original Nintendo?
I remember Top Gun on the original. Who doesn't remember Top Gun on the original Nintendo?
I can land the plane, and when you can land the plane, it makes the game so much more enjoyable.
That is a very hard thing to do, bro.
I know.
Trying to land.
So that one for me, Top Gun. People dog Top Gun, or another one is Duck Hunt. People, I always hear not necessarily shit talking about the game in general, but like the dog. I hate that fucking dog. I want to shoot that dog every time it comes up. And I'm like, if you're seeing the dog that much to get frustrated with him, then you're missing a lot. You know what I mean? Exactly. So because the zapper is set up like a real firearm. You've got the notch on the end, and you've got the on closer to you. If you line those up, you know what I mean? Just like a real gun. If you don't line those up, exactly, your shot's going to be off. So there you go. There's a pro tip for you on Duck Hunt. Line up the sights.
So listen, man. I got to get you back on here.
For sure,
man. I'm on the radio now. I do WIJX radio. So I don't know if you're interested, man. You do an episode on there with me. I got an hour block. I got an hour block Saturdays from 4 to 5, and then it replays on Sundays at the same time, y'all. Okay.
What station is it? It's like a internet radio or?
Yeah, digital radio. It's out of Wisconsin right now. They play hip hop. You like it, man? Check. You got iHeartRadio. They're on there.
Okay. Look at you.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
Look at you.
It premiered last week, so shout out to Jonathan and Travis. Shout out to the guys out there. Shout out to my boy Droopy for hooking it up. Yeah, man. So
very nice.
So you want to do that, man? We got a whole hour and we can just chop it up.
Man, I'm down, dude.
Bro, and we get to play music. It's like a morning show.
Okay, well, shit, I'm in then. If it gets to XM, let me know, man, because I spend a lot of time listening to Backspin. So,
okay.
If it gets to XM radio, let me know for sure, and I'll make it a preset.
Cool. I will definitely let. It's a pretty. I don't know how long it's been around, but it's legit, man. It's legit. So shout out to those guys, man. Y'all check this out.
Interesting.
Tell them where they can find you on social media and everything before we get out.
Oh man, YouTube, the Game Chasers. Just do a search on YouTube, search bar for the Game Chasers or the Shady J Show. On social media, on Instagram and Twitter, both. I'm at ShadyJ1908. I'm very active on Twitter and Instagram. I haven't had Instagram very long, but it's good to keep all your branding the same. And if you want to follow my convention stuff, if you're local, like video games and just like nerding out for a weekend, Retropalooza across all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff.
Sweet. So hey, man, well, I appreciate you sitting down with me today.
Hey,
bro.
No problem.
Definitely do that regular episode. Everybody, like, share, follow, subscribe to CLOUD Chronicles. Follow my boy on all his social media platforms. Hey, man, drink some water, stay safe, do your thing. Don't get nobody sick. Kiss your mama. We out.
I'm still wearing my mask, man, because I'm a germaphobe. So,
hey, y'all was laughing at Michael Jackson back in the day. Look at us now.
Not wrong.
Look at us now. All right, we out of here, man. Peace.
Two top.